Welcome, darlings.
Oh, start again.
Welcome to episode 23 of the No Rep. I forgot the name of our podcast. of my podcast, of the No Rep podcast. I am with my good friend Papa Jordan and
Hola.
a very tired Daniel. How are you, boys?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. Feeling revitalised. Daniel, how are you?
I'm grand.
Are you?
Aye. Actually, I feel a wee bit under the weather, to be honest with
A wee bit fluey?
Tell me how.
As long as it's not Colombian.
you. No, definitely not.
I feel
not
weird
about that,
sitting
not
here,
about
by
that
the way.
Yeah.
I feel odd. I don't feel in my right.
We never double couch unless it's...
I feel alright.
This is a black one.
Say that again. I know I'm normally sitting where that camera is actually, but I'm here now.
I actually prefer this.
Do you?
So I can get to like see the twos now. And it's
Get to
nice.
look at us both in the eye.
I actually kind of hate like the way I don't hate the way I like the couch, but I always feel that you two get the good banter because you're next to each other.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Now it's our turn.
Now it's our turn to be best friends.
Let's go. Did we just become best friends?
We did. What's been happening?
Not much. I had there's more Hattie news. So know how like last time I was telling you that she said daddy in the last episode, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the last one, the one before that. But check this. Check this. Look at that.
Oh my god.
Look at that.
For the viewers.
Right, I'll show it to the camera. Am I close?
We can get it pop up on the screen.
Get it pop up on the screen. She's standing up now. Straight up standing up.
Wild.
She's
Just chilling, and she's actually became very annoying with it, where she doesn't want to be held or sat on the
She just
couch.
wants to
She just
stand.
wants to stand, but then you have to like support her,
my
otherwise she
God.
will just crumble and fall.
How
So
are
she
you-
can hang on to things.
Crumble.
But
and fall.
aye, she's holding on to her cot. She's holding on to the bath. It's madness.
how scary is it to see how quick she's grown up, man?
Yeah, it's crazy. That's like
is-
she just turned 8 months yesterday.
We get it in the podcast.
We should. We should. She chats enough shit, just like her dad.
Do you want to hear another cute thing? So
Go on.
obviously that was my first time away from me Tills in like a year pretty
Was it?
much. We've had it for almost a year, so first time away, first night away and all the rest of it, right? And so obviously we met on the airport, didn't we? Me and Ev. She was like excited to see her dad, obviously. But then last night, so Tilly was really good in her crate like through the night. Or crate training her, we are going to take it away at a point, but still young, need to crate train her, all the rest of it. So at night she usually sleeps in. She used to sleep fine. We went on holiday, we came back, and because she get like a few nights at the crate, she's just like after about 2-3 hours at night, she starts hitting it and all that and wants out. So
out.
it's late. You're just going to grab her and just take her into bed.
Can he
Do you know what I
crumble,
mean?
mate?
So
You
we
can
did-
he crumble?
Well, we always do, right? So, we absolutely always do. So about 3 o'clock in the morning, she woke up and she wanted to come in. But obviously because I was there and it was like Dad wasn't there last night, he's there. She slept the closest she's ever slept to me, like right up on my head, but kept waking up through the night and like giving me wee soft kisses.
That's
Instead of to
amazing.
say like, oh, he's there every time she woke up. So she kept waking me up all through the night, just with wee kisses.
Wee tiny kisses.
Wee tiny
See,
kisses and cuddle. It was
that's
so
cute for a night,
man.
and then when
Aye.
it becomes the
Every
constant.
single night.
No, but I think the reason she never usually goes, she usually just does her own thing and goes to sleep.
It's good
But it's because I was away, she's
Yeah.
like, she was extra affectionate. It was really
True.
cute. It was
True.
really cute.
That's
and
one
her
day.
wee eyes, man. Oh,
I know.
It's mad that dogs have zero concept of time.
Oh.
I'll take the bin out, come back. Bear's like, "Ah, where the fuck have you been?" And he's all over me, and I'm like, "Mate, I actually saw you 3 seconds ago."
Aye.
But then if I'm
calm
out,
down, bro.
yeah, if I'm on holiday for a week and come back, it's "Whoa,
Aye.
fuck away," and it's
It's like the
the exact
same
same
level.
it's the
reaction.
same level. I literally leave to go to Sainsbury's and back or the bin and back. He goes mental, or I can be gone for a week. He goes mental. They don't have a concept of time. I don't
Aye.
think.
It's the same amount of mental.
Yeah, regardless. All dogs are like that, I think.
Yeah, Rosie was like that as well when I came back last night. She's like, "Oh my god, Dad! Oh my god, Dad!"
Aye.
Rosie's class.
Dogs are better than humans.
that's a fact.
Probs.
That's a fact.
Apart from a little human, they're probably equal. They're probably
Yeah, equally as awesome.
equal. Yeah. Anyway. In other news.
You just haven't asked me what I've been up to.
Oh yeah. I know. In fact, what have you guys been doing?
No,
Yous
that's just
are-
rude.
yous
You
are on a-
you just spoke about yourself.
Yous are on a romantic getaway.
We
We
were.
Yeah, we yous all said that. We were.
Do you know,
Talk about it. Tell me things.
We shared a double bed as well.
That's
Did you
great.
actually?
Aye.
Yeah, we did.
We shared a bowl of chips one night.
Yeah, it was great. And so me and Daniel were on a romantic getaway. No, we were over in Belfast for business. We go on business trips now,
Belfast.
and it was interesting.
Not
Well, you're literally wearing the
the
t-shirt.
Represent
the event was
Aye.
interesting,
The event
but
was
we
great.
actually mean Belfast was
Belfast
interesting.
itself was
Like, I was shook. I never quite realised how prevalent, would that be the right word, or how
don't know where you're
like,
going.
the religion aspect is still in,
Fucking
like,
wild.
was quite took back by that. I didn't realise it was still there is gates, there is fences like the Berlin Wall, there's shit like that still, and I was absolutely had no idea that was still going on. I thought that was just 40 years ago, 50 years ago that had stopped. I didn't realise it was still so heavy.
Aye, it's still
It's quite-
very
it's
much
quite mad.
like ingrained
Aye.
in the people there.
There's murals everywhere still with the paintings, and like you walk and there'll be murals on one side, then there's a gate that gets shut every single night,
Aye, so
and then there's
basically,
other like murals from like the other side, and
for anyone that isn't, and I don't get me wrong, I'm not massively clued up on it at
No.
all, but during the Troubles and stuff, they put up what are called peace walls, basically to kind of separate kind of Protestant areas and Catholic areas, so they don't kill each other. And but to this day, so in 2022, they still get shut at 7 p.m. every single night.
which is insane.
Which is mental.
in
Don't get me wrong, I don't think they'd be running battles in the street or anything, right?
No.
But it's just mental that
the trust still isn't there.
that's still a thing. And it's absolutely mad like going about this, because obviously you kind of know about it loosely, especially if you're from Glasgow, because you understand like the divide and stuff, you understand. But me and Danny, we done the kind of open top bus tour. And obviously because we're tourists as fuck.
Sure.
And it was actually
Couple of nerds.
a couple of nerds. And it was great. But see, you'd be driving through one area and it would just be, and obviously the Belfast in itself is predominantly like kind of Protestant and whatever. So one area would be like blue and white Union Jacks every single way, and you would literally turn the corner and it would just be like adorned with like tricolours and everything would be green and white, and there's be like Sinn Féin, IRA murals and
Yep.
stuff. And then you would turn the corner again, it'd be red, white and blue.
And see the thing,
it's-
I've been like, people have made I always thought people made jokes when they says, oh, like a Catholic was dating a Protestant, that was a big deal. I'm like, that's just a fucking, like just a kind of backhanded like kind of joke, nothing big to think about it. But no, like I can imagine how big a deal that clearly still is to this day over there,
To a lot.
which just to
It's
me
mad. It's
is
mad.
mad.
Yeah,
It's
in
mad.
my old work, they do a lot of business over in Ireland and Northern Ireland and stuff like that. And I used to drive over, get the ferry, drive over, and do deliveries and pickups and stuff like that. I actually did a bit of it during lockdown as well. And you're right, when you're driving through some of these places, it's like obviously you're going through the tourist bus bit, right?
Yeah.
When I was driving from like pharmacy to pharmacy, I think some of these pharmacies are like in the depths. Right,
Yeah.
they're literally in the trenches, so to
So
speak.
the
So when
bus
you go in,
goes, the bus goes.
does the
in.
bus go kind
Oh, aye,
of through
it
those
gets right in.
ways?
It's
Some
And
of
it's-
them.
I think part of the tourist attraction is that. In a way,
totally.
isn't
oh,
it?
absolutely.
It's
It's part of the history. You can't,
you're
you
not
can't
gonna,
forget
look,
history.
look at that nice building. It's like,
Aye.
but look, that's a fucking bomb happened over there.
Aye.
Like
that
that's
was pretty much what the tour was saying. He was
Is that
telling
right?
me
Speaking-
everything.
Speaking about bombs, actually, this isn't a joke. This is like just because we're on the topic of bombs. The hotel that we were in
aye.
for the fitness event,
the
Europa
Europa
Hotel is like the most bombed
yeah,
hotel
in the world,
in the
maybe?
world, in Europe, in the
Aye.
world, it might be
Aye,
the world,
it's-
and it was class. So
Mate, even when you go, so see if you just type Belfast into Google, right,
Yep.
and then go on news, one of the top things under there is 2 held under Terrorism Act after searches linked to Southeast Antrim UDA,
Yeah,
and it's like that's 16 hours ago.
yeah.
So just like shit,
It's still going on.
happens.
So the wall, and I'm not joking. Funny story. I went to Berlin, couldn't find the Berlin Wall. Right, I'll talk about it another time.
did they not take it down?
No, there's still
Is
there
there
is
still
still
parts?
parts in Berlin, but I still couldn't even find that. Right, it just failed entirely. Anyway, I can imagine it's like it's how 20 feet, 25 feet tall. This
Probably
maybe even
top,
taller
mate.
than that. This
Fucking-
huge fucking wall. It's
is
something
it like
in
the
a
big
movie.
giant green fence?
No,
It's just that it's
at
like,
the top there
concrete
is-
green and then like mesh. It's like
Yeah,
smashed
yeah, I
flat.
remember. I remember
and that's
seeing that.
to stop petrol bombs. That's why it's
Aye.
built so high. But basically, maybe 5 years ago, I could be butchering when this was.
It was around about that time.
They were in discussions and talks to remove it.
Okay.
Right, and obviously people are saying it's part of the history, just keep it there. But around about that time, someone did they flung something over again. Am I right in saying that?
Well, basically what happened
Or it was a riot or something?
youths. There was
Aye.
a kind of riot habit. I don't know if
They
it was
started burning shops and stuff like that.
Aye, petrol
Right?
bomb.
But
This is
only 5
literally-
years ago or something like that. It wasn't long ago. But in 5 years' time, I think they're talking again about removing it and all the rest of it. But in my opinion, I'm like, clearly there's people that don't want it removed.
Just make it higher.
They don't want it. They don't obviously want it to be so accessible for both religions to get across. And this is why youths who are still obviously into it are obviously doing these things to make sure it doesn't happen. You would
mad.
think, which
It's
is mad.
I think it's obviously nowhere near as bad as it was, but there's still like wee underlying things there that could.
Aye.
A couple of things could happen politically or whatever, and it could literally be a powder keg. Like, do you know what I mean? But it was
eye opening, man.
eye opening. Yeah. It was.
But a good part of the good part of the tour was there's a lot of Game of Thrones history for anybody that's into Game of Thrones. There's a lot of history. They went through all the kind of different
The
parts
studios
they've
there
done
and
filming. The studio's still there.
Oh, what,
King's
I didn't know
Landing.
they did Game of
Okay,
Thrones.
so
Aye.
in the last season of Game of Thrones, the King's Landing set,
Aye.
obviously not the sunny like Croatian one,
Yeah.
right? But the whenever I don't know, I'm not going to spoil Game of Thrones
No.
in case it's a bit.
Apparently the last season was shit though.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it was a
I
lot
never
of
watched it because I'm,
But the set's still there.
filmed in Belfast.
Aye.
That's
not,
why-
I'm not a nerd. That's why.
Game of Thrones is great.
Yeah, I'm a level 10 swords master. I love Game of Thrones.
Hello. Anyway, how you doing, Jordan? All right. Aye.
Not very well
I
after
play,
that
I
comment.
play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm a
Do you know what
I'm
I
a
played
mage.
growing up? What I played growing up?
RuneScape.
RuneScape, mate.
Yes.
I was absolutely, me and my wee brother were top G's at RuneScape. Top G's at RuneScape, man. We used to absolutely fucking smash
Do you
it.
know how
I'm a
you,
bit old on you, so it was like Zelda for me. That's what.
I played a bit of Zelda on GameCube and stuff like that. But like,
GameCube.
mate, GameCube was,
Fucking
I was a
GameCube.
GameCube
Remember
guy.
Spyro?
I was in Spyro, Super Smash Bros. Melee, fucking.
do you know what's really underwhelming?
else?
Did you ever play Nintendo? Sorry, Nintendo. Was it first Nintendo 94?
N64, no? Is that what it was?
Nintendo 94, was
SNES.
that the first one?
I don't know, mate.
Don't know.
96?
The one with the 3 bits? The 3 handles?
I can't remember what it looked like, I'm not going to lie. But it was
No.
the very first Nintendo that came
No,
out.
I'm not that old.
That's what I mean.
GameCube was my first thing.
GameCube.
The wee small
GameCube
disc.
Do you
was
remember
good.
the Dreamcast?
Dreamcast was great.
Nah,
Tennis
I
games
never
on
done that.
Dreamcast.
Apparently the Dreamcast could have been like the best
It was
console.
ahead of the game at the time.
But it's mad. It just didn't take
didn't it?
off.
I don't even know what that is.
What,
Oh,
what I was,
wow.
you don't even know what
Nah,
Dreamcast
man,
It's
no, I don't
brilliant.
even know what that is.
What I was going to say, there's just really, really underwhelming. Is see all these games from your childhood when you remember playing them as a wee guy, like Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, like
Aye.
RuneScape and all that. And have you ever tried to play one of them as an adult?
No.
You know, it's just not the same.
Not the same.
So me and my wee brother, I remember one Christmas, this is a good few years ago, we dug out the GameCube again, and then we're like, right, what games still work? Because they're all fucking scratched and all that.
Scratched,
So what
aye.
games still work? We still kind of played it. And I still got the same sort of nostalgic feelings.
Did
And
you?
I knew it was
Yeah.
shit. And I knew it was like, it wasn't going to be as good quality as the Call of Duties and whatnot you get now. But I was still fucking loving it.
Do you know what's really funny? Right, so seeing FIFA, I can't even remember what age I was when it was kind of FIFA 99 and all. I could actually work it out. I was 7.
I'm sure, I was going to say, I'm sure you could if you tried.
But right, I was playing FIFA 99 and that with my dad, right? And I never realised at the time, but he used to just like hack me in it. Then he would like tackle me like from behind and all that and get loads of red cards. And now as an adult I realise he
That's
just
not-
wanted the game to get abandoned so we didn't need to play it.
Oh my God. Didn't he want to spend time with his son?
No way.
So I'd be like trying to
That's
play FIFA
so
with my dad.
good.
But Dad, why'd you keep getting sent off? It's
So they
the
get
game
so
would get
funny.
abandoned.
Oh my
That's
God.
so funny.
I remember
my dad
FIFA
liked it.
99 was one of the FIFAs I remember that you could actually walk whoever had the ball into the back of the net. Like
That
if you
is
went a
mad.
certain way, you could actually walk around the keeper and just walk into the
FIFA
net.
99 was great, man.
Aye.
Aye.
That
You know
was
Pro Ev? Did you play Pro Ev?
I
point.
played Pro Ev for a bit.
no,
There
'cause
was
I'm not a virgin.
there was
But
a
that was
small
better than
season.
FIFA
Well,
for a point, like
but
for a
it was,
couple
but
of
then
years.
you'd be like Liverpool Blue.
I know.
Manchester
I
Red.
know.
Like it wouldn't have the
But
fucking team
the
names.
reason I liked it because you could make players and all that mind and make teams and shit like that. So I remember my dad was into it as well. So I used to play it. Was really into it, man. I made a full team and like I had my granny up front and all that, and my uncle and goal, like genuinely, right? And,
I nearly said something now. I've had your granny up front.
don't say that. And then one night I fucking don't know, I deleted it all. So I'd been working for like a year, deleted it all, and then my dad sat up one night like rebuilding my team and all that.
Do you remember like one, like I suppose everyone will remember one like really kind of nostalgic summer from their youth? So it's either when you were like 12, 9 or whatever it is, right? One summer, me and my pals from where I stayed at the time, we all made teams on Pro Ev because I played it when this kind of trigged my memory. So we all made teams, all with a full team of players, just people, and we sat and played a full season, like fucking 36 games against each. It was just class, just drinking Mary down in my room. It was great. It was brilliant. So 15.
Wouldn't it remember back then, right? And you're thinking, oh, when I'm older, and when I grow up, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, right? And I always used to think about like when I'm an adult or when I'm older, I'll do this, I'll do that. And then it's like now I suppose an adult, I guess. I think I wouldn't really class myself as an adult, just an old child.
You're a dad.
Yeah,
but
exactly. I'm just an old
adult.
child. But it's like you would just want to be 15 again with like no actual care, regard,
No actual worries.
responsibilities, worries. The only worry is getting home quick enough to then jump on the fucking PlayStation quick enough to get the most amount of game times quick enough so that you can get them in before dinner. Like that was the fucking... You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like that's what, and then you look back and you think that you were in such a hurry to get to the age we're at just now, but then you'd almost do anything to get to the age that you were back then.
My theory is, right, time flies by now. Flies by, but I feel when you're younger, it dragged in. It just felt, a year felt longer than what a year feels like
I would
now,
agree.
right? But is that because back then we were just hoping that time would pass? We're trying to get older, we wanted to be older so we could do this and do that. But now we're like, I don't want to grow up anywhere, I want to stay the same age, I want to stay youthful. And then is that why time feels like it's flying by? Don't know. Like a year is definitely a year is quicker these days, man.
Well, this is the thing. Like Hattie's 8 months now, and that's fucking well trippy, man.
That's crazy.
That's so trippy.
That's
like
crazy.
8 months. The fuck, man. Like it's honestly mad.
That's mad.
It's like just thinking about that, she's standing up or all that sort of shit, and I'm like,
Saying daddy.
the fact that I have a child that's 8 months old, I just think that's
so
a pure
cute.
trip.
I love Hattie.
It's a pure trip. But I think I don't know if it's like, because when you're younger, right, say you're 10 years old, right, how can I articulate this? How can I figure this out? But when you're 10, you've only spent 10 years. 10 years is your whole entire life, and you only remember probably 5 of them, right? Who remembers stuff before they're 5? So only remember 5 of them. But we can think back 5 years like that. But when you're 10, thinking back 5 years is like your whole life.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
You're trying to
Do
call
you get
hundreds
what
of
I'm
memories.
trying to
Aye.
say here? It's
I know
like
what you mean.
it's
Aye.
because you've not lived long enough. So the longer that you live, the shorter time feels, because it is all relative, I guess. Does that make
Could
sense?
be. It kind of does.
Kinda. Did I
Kinda
lose
does.
you?
No, it kind
I
of does.
lost my own train of thought even as I was saying it, but I think, I don't know, that's just something that popped into my head.
So
That's kind of like, that's
basically,
kind of what you said.
because Paul didn't just tell me this and I knew this anyway, that as you're younger, right? Say those words again, Paul. Your memory's taking in more memories per unit of time. But when you're older, it's
Bigger
not
blocks.
big blocks.
Takes in bigger blocks.
Takes in bigger blocks of time.
Yeah, so I was kind of right with what I was saying, Paul. Hey, hey,
such a
and he's a
smart
smart
boy.
man. So I'm fucking. Hey, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
See, when you were away in Belfast, but we got nostalgic, didn't we? On the like just the first day. I feel like we spoke for a good 3 years about like shit we done when we were younger.
Aye, it
You
was
know,
actually
there was a lot
class,
of
man.
funny stuff, a lot of funny
Do you know, it was
stories.
actually really, really, we'll maybe talk about this later on in the episode and about one of the things we're going to talk about. But see, just kind of taking that time and just removing ourselves from life and all that. It was really, really good. It was good for the soul. But what we talking about today's trips? What's the...
On Sunday,
Yes.
I kind of ripped the arse out. I was at a wedding and I got very drunk. I spent lots of money. And it kind of spurred a little thought that I had with alcohol. and obviously we all like a wee beer every now and then. Maybe
I agree.
maybe a beer or 10. You know what I mean? Shot of tequila or 2. That's what was consumed.
Only tequila rosé, baby.
No, tequila rose is fucking right. Let's get one thing straight. Tequila rose is not a shot. It's like fucking Pepto-Bismol. It's shite.
Nice Pepto-Bismol.
Bollocks, man. And shots aren't meant to be nice.
Correct.
Let me just say that. Right, shots aren't meant to be nice. They're meant to like fucking knock your socks off and be like, fucking hell. Right, that's what they're meant to do. The shots.
What was continue on you go?
So it kind of spurred a thought because I was feeling sorry for myself on Monday. So first of all, who drinks on a Sunday? Silly idea. Felt sorry for myself all day Monday. Slept lots. My eating wasn't terrible, but I was kind of thinking, right, this is a valuable lesson here that I can put into play because everybody that I work with, everybody in life will go through this sort of spell. Now, more people do it more than not, and I had a few thoughts on it. One thought that I didn't tweet, so I made a couple of tweets on it, right? I've got a huge following on Twitter, actually, by the way. 5.
Wild.
Just 5, not like 100 or 1,000 or 50k, just 5 people. But I use it as like more of an extension of my notes. And then that way I can like look back on it and whatever.
I retweet stuff so I can come back to it later. I never post anything myself.
Yeah. So one of the thoughts I had is that, right, you know, people say that working out's hard. People say that fitness is difficult. Tracking their calories is difficult. They have all these hang-ups with things that are difficult with fitness. Do you know what's harder than that? Dealing with a hangover. That's harder. I was fucked on Monday. Fucked. And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, if people can do this every week, sometimes twice a week, then fuck me, they can just prep a bit of food and go to the fucking gym.
So that's a very good point.
Do you know what I mean?
I like that frame.
Like I was like that actually so like see on
Because
Monday,
it's going to be so relatable to so many people.
on Monday, I was like, I can't. This is fucking horrendous. I was dying all day, and it's not like the first time I've ever had a hangover, but it was the first time I had the thought of being like, right, if most people can do this every single fucking week, then they can go to the gym, man. It's not as hard as that. It really isn't.
I have had some pretty epic hangovers, like absolute, genuinely thinking I'm going to die. And oh no, you're absolutely right.
A hangover is not worse than a workout.
It's harder than any gym session.
Wait,
The opposite of what Jordan said.
Yeah, sorry, I fucked that up. A hangover is 10 times harder than a workout.
Yeah.
A hangover is 10 times harder than a workout, so just go for a fucking workout.
Yeah.
So that was one thing that I didn't tweet. There was a few things that I essentially went for it, and then it was how to make alcohol work for you, right? And then I'm going to rattle through some points, and then I'll get some feedback from you, right? So tip number 1 is save it for big occasions. Every Friday, Saturday isn't one of them. Thoughts?
I absolutely agree. Do you know what I think? Like I've actually, my relationship with alcohol has totally changed over the past 2 years. We've spoke about it loosely on the podcast and stuff before.
Yeah.
I think if this is just my opinion, I think if you're drinking every single week, your life's actually boring as fuck. Do you know what I mean? It's boring. You have no substance.
It's the only thing you look forward to.
That's the only thing that if that's your like. Do you know what I mean? There's no fulfillment.
No.
Again, this is just my opinion, kids. Some people that might be their whole fucking life. Right, but it just because I used to be that guy. We all used to be that guy, but you were younger, right? So see if you're our age and you're in your 30s, in near 30s, and in late 30s, but it's just you're just fucking boring. You have nothing else to you. If that is your life, you're fucking boring. That's my opinion.
Retweet. Second tip is have a time cut-off point, right? So if you are going out on the sauce, have a time cut-off point. Because I learned this from How I Met Your Mother, right? Not somewhere profound. How I Met Your Mother. I think it was How I Met Your Mother.
Great TV show.
Great TV show. And it was nothing good ever happens after 1 o'clock. So 1 a.m. Anything after that, what really happens? It all gets lost. You end up in somebody's fucking house. You don't even want to be there anyway. It's a nightmare to get home, and then you've just fucked it even more.
Do you know? after 1 o'clock, you get a 10 to 2 bird. A 10 to 2 bird.
What's that?
It's 10 to 2, and you just go, all right, I'm on up the road then. don't need to be great.
So as Jordan says, nothing great happens.
Nothing good happens after 1 o'clock, right? Another tip I say is you don't need a double, just buy a single.
This is true. But sorry,
go.
Shouting down the mic.
Go.
But with the current economic crisis, does it not make sense to save money and buy a double if it's going to save you money?
Well, here's the thing. My next tip is choose a more expensive drink because you'll buy less of them. Right?
I feel that you maybe will for the first two.
Think
Then
so.
you just think,
There you go. Let's get back on the tennis.
I mean, these are
just-
these are just quick thoughts I had. Whatever your total drinking days are in a month, cut it in half. So
Yes.
if you're drinking 4 nights a month, sorry, apologies, 4 nights a month, cut it in half.
yeah.
Right? Speak to a good friend and explain why you're cutting back. Real friends have your back. Fake friends don't care about your goals.
This is
Discuss
absolute-
that.
No, a million. I'm actually so on board with that, because the thing is, again, we spoke about this before, is that people, if anyone ever has a problem with you not drinking or whatever, they're coming at it from their current level of thinking, awareness, whatever else, and a lot of the time it's their insecurities that they're like actually
Yeah. It's because
firing
they
on
still
you.
value it though.
Yeah. They don't understand. It's like building a business and that as well. Folk that aren't don't really understand why you want to work on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they don't get it. They don't get it. Like, why are you not coming out on Friday night with the boys? Because you're doing programs in Starbucks. Because you know what? I fucking love it.
And see, I would like most of this stuff I can relate to so much. Being somebody that was session at weekends, always out,
Always
fucking bank
session him.
holidays, doing all this, doing all that. Aye.
Do you know what?
Eh,
Do you want to incriminate yourself?
Drinking drugs, man. You name it.
Sex,
Do you know what I
drugs,
mean?
rock
Like,
and roll. Let's
When I was
go,
young,
baby.
Profit style.
aye, 100%. So,
I hope not. Did you hear they just take heroin up there?
they do. That was
I was on the brown.
That's actually your gateway drug.
We just started at the
That's
other
how we
end of the-
start. That's how we start. No, so
It's going to have the Crawford Mafia after me, man.
I can completely relate to everything you're saying, Jordan, right, when you're saying all this stuff. But I know for a fact, me in the position I was in, my mindset, for a point early on in my 20s, I would turn off. I wouldn't listen to you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't listen to
Yeah.
what you're saying. That fucking cunt's boring.
You have
Right?
to,
That's
you
what I
have
would-
to, I think part of it is understanding that
Need to go
this is
through it a
here,
wee
but you
bit,
also
but-
almost need to, not everybody, but I get
Aye.
what you're saying.
Yeah,
And I
totally.
think all three of us have maybe been in the same position, like with you, and maybe from where you grew up and from us playing rugby. Like, you almost have to go through it
Yeah.
to then be like that, to then understand that it's not for you.
No,
like,
exactly.
rather than being told it's not for you, and then
That's
because
it.
everyone's doing it, and then you're the only
You need to
dauber
make your own
missing
mind
out.
up. You need to make your own decisions. Do you know what I mean? You need to
what,
make decisions.
Dauber.
Aye.
Good word alert.
Aye, good word,
Fucking
yeah.
dauber.
It's probably the best word I've said.
Aye, fucking-
So the next reason I had after that was having a reason or a goal in mind as to why you're doing it. Because
I
if
think
you're
that's
just,
the biggest thing.
yeah, because if you're just going like that, well, I'm going to cut back on drinking. Like, why? If you don't have a strong enough reason as to why you're doing it, you'll just go back on the sauce anyway.
Aye.
Um,
And guess what? You can pretend and kid on it yourself, right? I've had multiple clients, I have multiple friends and multiple family that think they can work hard through the week and fuck it every weekend. That just doesn't work. Yeah,
doesn't work
it
for a long
doesn't
period
work.
of time. It works for a short
I still
sprint.
just don't. I've never seen great success come off the back of that. Do you know what I mean?
No,
For
this is
anybody,
what
like-
I get. Like, it's people like that. Oh, I can go out, get smashed on a Friday and Saturday. I'm back in the gym Monday. Yeah,
Aye.
maybe be able to
I
run
work
that cycle
harder through the week. No,
for
it doesn't.
3 weeks, and then it tapers off.
Aye.
Yeah, you're right there.
Like long term, that's not going to work, man.
So next up is understanding that the evening of drinking isn't the problem itself. It's what you spend the hungover days and the days following, which matters more.
Yeah.
So, for example, like, again, I'll relate it back to what I did on Monday. Monday was pathetic. Blah, blah, blah. I'm hungover, whatever, right? Like everybody does. And then on Tuesday, woke up, had some early sessions with PT clients, and then jumped in the treadmill and just sweat for 25 minutes, right? Clothes on, blah, blah, blah. Good old sweat. Got it all out my system. And then after that,
So what did
tons
you
of
walk?
water. I was like, I am back to normal. Like,
Love it.
again, back to normal. And the night before, prep my food for the following day, even though I was rough. I was like, I think the quickest thing that you need to do is just bounce back to exactly where you need to be, rather than like wait until Friday and you're like, can I feel better now? Like, waiting to feel better is the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
You just make yourself better. Just fucking get on with it,
100%.
you know?
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
100%.
The quicker you get back on it, Not on the session. On the things.
A wee beer to just make you take the edge off the next day.
And see, like, so people listening to this might think, well, my approach is I will drink less. I'll not drink then. And I've had people come to me and say that. How can I say no to friends? How can I like stop drinking? What do I do? How do you do it? And it isn't just saying, and the worst thing people can say and do is I'm not drinking, I think. Because then what happens is then the guilt and the badness comes around if you have just one, then before you know it, it is 10 because you're like, oh fuck it, I'm doing it now. I think setting rules in place or just saying, do you know what, I will still drink. I'm not going to not be a drinker, but I'm going to have 2 or 3. Like I'm going to have a few drinks and be fine with that and be happy that I can just have a couple. And I would say that's how we approach it. The 3 of us are very similar when it comes to alcohol, and like we're no people that, like, you talk to us on a Sunday, you can expect us to be fresh most of the time, right? But doesn't mean we've not had a couple of pints on Saturday with some food.
Yeah, exactly. Like we done that when we round for the UFC. A few beers.
It was great actually. We were fresh. But I was actually just going to jump in there because it twigged something from the event that we were at. It was talking about a lot of the, I suppose the kind of space that we're in is all kind of about business and entrepreneurs and all that shit. But anyway, it's talking about leaders, right? One of the things that one of the speakers was saying is leaders just say what they think, right? And I think one of the problems that people have is that, well, apart from being, they're a bit soft, they don't just say what they're thinking, and they give into peer pressure, they give into other people's opinions and all that. Whereas see if you were just fucking like steadfast and went, nah, I don't want to, this is why, and fucked off what people thought.
Mate, even explaining why sometimes. Why do you need to have a reason for anyone else other than yourself? Do you know what I mean? It's like if you want to stop something for a reason that you hold internally, nobody else needs to fucking know about that.
Yeah.
Really? Like you don't have to explain yourself. Do you know what I mean? So I totally get that. Absolutely.
Another thing to say as well is, like, obviously and again we've said this before, but your net work is your net worth. Look at this to see if you're resonating with any of these points. Think about the people you actually hang around with, right? Where are they going in 5 years, or what do they do? Do you want do you know what I mean? Like, if folk are on the session all the time, or they're into drugs, they're into drinks, and all that, fair enough. That's up to them. But would you want like your daughter or your son doing that? Where
is it going to lead to?
Aye.
Where is it going to lead to?
Yeah. I kind of had a point very, very similar to what you brought up there. Understanding, blah, 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 I said that one. So following off the back of what you said, Danny, is changing the language you use surrounding alcohol. So all of us will have encountered this with clients, and we've probably even said it ourselves in the past. It's like, I need to get absolutely bang on it or it's nothing, right? People say that to themselves. And the only reason that people deem that to be true is because you said that it was, not because of the fact that it is actually true. So if people start changing the language about what they're saying, my throat is getting all funny, and try telling yourself that you're the type of person that can have a couple and be fine.
Exactly.
So if you identify yourself with someone who can have a few and be fine, then chances are that's the type of person you'll be, rather than being like, no, I need to get absolutely steaming or it's nothing. It's like, for the most part, right, that's not necessarily true. With people who are addicts, things are different. People that genuinely have addiction issues, like that's obviously different. That's a realm that I don't have too much experience in. But for general pop, for someone who's like you and I, right, for them saying, oh, I need to fucking bang on it, or I can't drink at all, and it's like, well, mate, you talk shite. Like, would you get bang on it if you had a beer at your grand's house? Probably not. Do you know what I mean? Unless you were a fucking...
At your granny's after a beer, right? Who's getting the bags out?
Do you know what I mean? Like, no, that's not fucking true. You just only deem it to be true because you said it was. So, and it comes back to the Atomic Habits thing. Everybody fucking loves to have a wee chug about this book, but it is actually fucking amazing.
It's gold.
It is
it's
really, really good.
Gold.
And they took 2 people, and again, we might have said this before, but you take 2 people that are trying to stop smoking. One says, I'm trying to stop, and one says, I don't smoke. So the only thing that's changed there is a language. And then so if you start to change the language, and then over time the behaviour might start to change as well.
Right.
I mean,
and
you can try it.
I pick up on that. If clients say to me, oh, I'm going to try and get 3 workouts in this week. What the fuck do you mean you're going to try and get 3 workouts in this week? What day are you going? What time are you going? Like, how can you make that work? Do you know what I mean? And
Joe, totally. See that? I'm going to cough actually. what up was, man. So it's that whole language thing's massive.
Yep.
See, like I hope to be good this week. I hope to do this. By hoping, you leave yourself open to failure. You've already fucking lost.
Aye.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I hope I'll be good when I'm away. I hope that. Get that to fuck.
It's like
decide what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Decide how you're going to do it.
It's like saying, I hope to get a raise at work. I hope to get an extra day off at work. I hope to only be working. Like, hope.
I will.
Hope. Your boss doesn't fucking hear hope.
I will.
Yeah,
start it with that when you say it. But going back to the kind of alcohol thing, like, so peer pressure was a big one for me, and I think I maybe spoke about it a couple of weeks ago on the podcast.
The peer pressure thing. Aye.
And I felt like you says, Jordan, I had to give excuses and reasons. I told about 100 lies over the course of 150 times I was at my mates drinking. 100 times I told a lie, right? Thinking I'm making something up that I'm doing tomorrow, and I did, and that's how I got out of no drinking, and that's how I got. I should have just been as like. I'm not telling you to be a cunt to your pals, but see when they've been a cunt to you and say, oh, fucking don't be this, don't be that, just get a bevy. Just be rude. Be rude. Tell them to fuck off. Like, shut up, no fucking drinking, get in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, be rude to your pals, because guess what? They've got the cheek to try and encourage you to drink. So just be cheeky, right? But just be a cunt right back to them. Sorry if you hate that word, but that's what you need to do, I think.
This is all directed to people who want that change, because not everybody wants to stop their 4 days.
I feel like people on Reddit do it, they'd probably just be skipping by this, and they're probably like, so they're probably not sitting here listening.
It's funny you mention a line thing. So there's a guy who listens to the podcast every week, doesn't miss an episode. Shout out you. I'm not going to name you, right? Because the reason why, I'm not going to name him. I'll tell you after. Because she has, he, I don't want to assume genders. They have, them. What other pronouns is there?
I don't care.
Been making up a lie to said friends, saying that they have some sort of illness as to the reason as to why they can't drink. Going to work events, saying the same thing, and it's worked. And I'm like, how long are you going to keep this up? Like, as long as it takes. Just because they want to not drink for a while. And part of it's funny, but part of it's also like, fucking hell, man.
It's sad.
Yeah.
I kinda like it because of how long it's gone on.
Nah, I appreciate it.
I mean, people are like that. How are you feeling? It's like, I'm a bit better. It's like
fair play, man. Fair play.
Hopefully, I've not rumbled he, her, hi, him, them.
But it is sad that has to be what it takes. But it's just because, guess what? Like, if you're from Glasgow or Scotland in general, the UK in general, alcohol culture's big, man. It's a massive thing. So there's parts of the world that want to understand this.
Do you know what's mental as well? Is like, see, like us at 21, like a mad party would be like 4 days deep in a house, and
the absolute go as well,
and
the
drum
goal.
chapel, like whatever's went on. But in America, it's like 3 Smirnoff Ices.
Like,
I
had 6 drinks last night.
It was mad.
I was at my cousin's wedding in California. I've got relatives that live out in California, and there was a free bar. And I'm like at the edge of my seat waiting on them to announce like the bar is now open. So I'm at the edge of my seat going, because I've been to a free bar wedding here.
I know what you're going to say.
Right. And I knew it was fucking chaos, man. Right? And they actually had to close it because they ran out of baby. Right. So we're over in America, and I'm at Kate, and I'm like, right, I'll get you two double voddies, right? I'll get like 2 beers, and then I'll get me 2 gin and tonics. So we've got like drinks in case because of the queues, right?
It's mental.
Because it was a fucking huge wedding, man. It's a beautiful venue. So I'm edge of my seat, and it's 3, 2, 1. Both are bounced out. Right, I don't even look what's going on. And then I'm at the bar, and then I look behind me, and there's like one guy, and I'm like, oh, right. So then I'm like, whatever. So I only got like 1 drink each, and then there's just like a wee light, gentle queue at this small bar, and I'm like, this is a totally different vibe from what I'm used to. So me and Katie we're drinking away, and me and Katie are by no means big drinkers at all. Like at all, right? And I've got these American guys, damn man, you fucking Scottish people could drink or what? And I'm like, what? And I'm like, I'm the soft cock out all my pals. Like, if you actually seen my mates, is like you should be fucking blown away, because I'm like, right, let's get a shot. And they're like, not another one. And I'm like, what? What's wrong with you?
See what you're saying about Scottish people, right? So you've obviously had that you go away places if it's Americans, Canadians, English, just people on the for Scotland, right? And they always go, "You're quite hard up there, aren't you? You're quite Scotland's quite a hard place. You're really good. You're good drinkers. How much do you play up now?" But you're like, "Oh, it's fuck. Drinking every day, just 10 drinks a day, and we're fine.
I've only been stabbed twice.
Aye. There was a guy in the corner for me get shot 17 times, still alive. Walks about.
Drinks every day.
Aye, drinks every day.
You actually do play up to it a wee bit.
Oh, a wee bit.
It's not quite rough in Glasgow, and you're kind of like, aye, it's quite dodgy. Aye.
I'm just used to it, but you know,
you get numb to it.
It's really not. I mean, areas are,
and it was more at a point, but no anyway.
Or is it? And we just don't know.
We were in Dublin
maybe
in a couple of years ago. Me and my brother and his pal, we went over for the football, and then we met a couple of American guys. I think one of them was actually called Chad, right?
Oh,
and they were all in the army, and like I don't even know what they're doing. But we went out and had a couple of drinks, and we absolutely drank them under the table. But we were just casually just whatever, and then I said, right, I'll get some shots, and I'll get Sambuca, and oh my god, what's Sambuca? What's Sambuca?
You'd have ruined that guy's night.
I was like, you've never had Sambuca? Right. 2 Sambucas each, let's go, Chad. Right? And fucking spanked them and whited everywhere. Honestly, I was actually disappointed. I think Sambuca's quite a soft shot.
I'm not a Sambuca, I'm a tequila guy.
See, the thing is, it needs to be like fucking petrol or something, doesn't it? Like,
mate, did you play that? So one of the last seasons I played at EK, it was me and Paul Rosie's birthday. We played against Kilmarnock away.
This is his first mention in the podcast. Shout out, Paul.
Oh yeah, shout out Paul.
Big terrible.
Shout out Paul. The Rosie.
He's a special human being.
I know.
And
love you, mate.
It's when Farmer was coach, and so me and Paul's birthdays around about the same time, and we'd won away in Kilmarnock. And then we come back, and then we get like so it was a pint of Fosters. It was when they had Fosters behind the bar. I didn't even have tenants. It was the Fosters, 3/4 Fosters, then every shot behind the bar, and then a Bailey's dropped in it. So then when they dropped the Bailey's in it, like curdled, so like green and lumpy.
No.
And then it was like, right, you need to finish that. Whoever finishes it last has to drink another one. So I'm like, I'm up against Paul. For people who don't know who Paul is, he's like 6 foot a million.
The largest
The not so friendly giant.
25
things over and all that.
Probably like 25 stone. I don't know how heavy he is. He's a large man, probably about 3 times the size as me, literally, right? And so I'm not fucking drinking another one. Bear in mind, I'm already sozzled by this point because everybody's buying me drinks. It's my birthday. So I'm like, boof, down it, do it before him. I'm the winner. That's all I remember. That was it, right? That was it. So like people, people talk like, oh, you're just fucking PTs who don't, you're just saying don't drink. It's like, no, we've actually been there, done it. Like, I just don't want to do that shit anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's the biggest thing about why I don't want to go back to rugby, because then I have to fucking face that stuff again.
You do all that stuff and
fuck that so much.
Yeah,
it scares me actually. I don't think I'm ready. Like, you get old when you start to think about the taxi home during your night out. Do you know what I mean? You're starting to like think about, I should maybe like think about getting a taxi at this point.
I know. Like I genuinely can't do the after 12 stuff anymore. Like, like we finished when we went to yours for the USC. We were like up the road by what, like 11:30 or something, something like that. And I was ruined. And I had like 4 drinks. Like, just
it was like 3 or 4 cans.
Me and Danny, we had like 5 pints.
He brought a couple of fucking non-alcoholic beers as well.
I brought non-alcoholic.
Lasted one of them.
I lasted one, and then you sent Amanda up to the shops to buy more.
Just need to get on it, hen. I'm on it.
Can't you just have one, can I
know. It was actually non-alcoholic IPAs as well, so they were fancy.
Yeah.
You left them in my fridge. I had some for
dinner the next day.
You know what?
Do you know, I think actually, and I've said this before, is like going out sober should be normalised. Your pals bringing over non-alcoholic beers should be normalised. That should just be like sound.
It's just the culture again, isn't it? But it's more fucked up for you not to be drinking than it is to be drinking.
Aye, look at that dweeb on the alcohol-free beers.
A loser, sober night.
I'm thinking back to like when I was between 18, fucking even younger than that, but say 18 to 23. Like, fucking imagine that, taking a non-alcoholic drink. Imagine at rugby.
I know.
Like, imagine that. So it is difficult. We're saying this, it's not easy.
No.
But like, it can be cut down. So I think the point on being like, whatever your total drinking days are, cut them in half. or
Yeah.
remove one of them, whatever.
And that's, I think, is back. So I went through different phases of like not really hanging out with certain mates and all that, and thinking, well, I've cut this mate out completely, blah blah blah. And it's like, you don't need to cut people out, right? If they're not bad people and you love them, but even though like maybe their values don't align with yours, you just purposely spend less time with that person doing that thing that you know they like doing, right? Doesn't mean cut them out of their life. Like, pick and choose when you see that person, but definitely having friends and having a network again that actually aligns with your goals and your values and the stuff that you want to do is
Some
probably
people,
what needs
some
to be
people
a
won't change.
No.
Some people might only get worse as you
Exactly.
continue to get better. Because say, for example, you can get 1% better. Let's use the arc as better, right? Closer to your goal, and then someone can over time get 1% worse, right? Over time, over the course of, see, even during the course of lockdown, which was how long? 2 years,
2 years.
whatever. That's it. You can be at a very similar point at the start of lockdown, and by the end of it, you can be fucking in two different vastly different areas just from one minor change.
Some people still haven't recovered from lockdown. Like,
In what way?
like just because it obviously like it's maybe hit them hard. Do you know what I mean? So I'm talking kind of mentally and whatever, but like some people on that kind of, because they found themselves on that kind of negative spiral, they're still fucked.
I miss lockdown.
Lockdown was great.
I miss it because I actually spoke with my friends more during lockdown than we ever have,
Yeah.
thanks to Call of Duty.
I missed
know
the first 2
Shout out
months.
Warzone.
Last wee thing I'm going to say really.
God, yeah.
Shout out
So
Warzone.
shout out Warzone.
Yeah.
Is not drinking kind of shows you who your real friends are, I think.
I think that's a good place to end.
I think that's a good place to end.
Yeah.
Excellent. And
Catch us out.
that was episode 23.
Shout out Michael Jordan.
Shout out Michael Jordan if you want, and Jack question mark. Like us on the Instagram. We're big in that Instagram name game just now. My brain, I had a brain fart.
Do you want me to
I was
you
gonna
sure
say,
you got this?
you need
You
a
sure you
hand.
You
got
got
this?
it. No.
You can do it.
No, I can't do it. You do it.
Fling the man a life jacket.
Is it YouTube? Subscribe, comment the things, do the things.
Comment the favourite part.
See whatever Evan said. Just ignore that. Follow us on Instagram, all of us, and the page. Comment your favourite part on YouTube.
I should have
Share
a
it with a
script,
friend. And yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
boom.
Peace.
Prince Andrew's announced.